Paul, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. And I think everybody in St. Louis wants to know, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better. Went through a couple bad days, but jumped through all the hoops to get back, and I'm excited. My mood's completely changed now that I got baseball activities under my belt, and seeing the boys play is uplifting my spirits. So everything is great. I'm not going to look behind. I'm going to just continue to look forward, and get ready to join my team.
How quickly do you think you can play in a major league game, and what are you actually doing now?
Well, I've been working out at the stadium last couple of days, just trying to get my body back under me, my legs. I'm going to be going down to Springfield for a couple of days at least, and try to get a lot of at-bats and kind of at least sim game, or get my work capacity back up. And I hope to join the team in a few days. Won't be long.
I know you are a workout fanatic and you're a tireless worker. When you were quarantined, what did you try to do athletically, or did you simply just stay in your apartment and not do anything?
Well, yeah, I tried to be as active as I could, as far as just stretching and moving around as much as I could. But without the weight room or my own kind of gym setup, it was a little claustrophobic at times. But my work capacity really throughout this whole time, from the first quarantine into this second one, it seemed to carry over. I felt good moving around recently, just a little sore from running, but those types of things go away in a couple of days. So, I'm really happy the way my body's moving around and how I feel at this point.
We heard stories. In fact, Adam Wainwright joined us last week, and he talked about him throwing balls into a mattress in his hotel room in Milwaukee. Anything crazy like that for you?
I have a wiffle ball, little golf ball size wiffle ball pitching machine that I set up in my apartment here, and I was kind of making some ground balls for myself. Shout out to Colton Wong for the idea. I saw he had one. He has a little more room in his basement to take swings. I don't have that much room here in my apartment. I'd be breaking lights and stuff. So I got outside later on, after I knew I was, pretty much cleared, just waiting on MLB. So, I'm 4 days into getting back to doing everything. So, it won't be long for me to get back out on the field.
And the thing about it, Paul, is you were really in a good place. I mean, not only defensively, but your swing, you were in mid-season form already.
Yeah, and that's just another great challenge for this season. I'm not going to look back at my spring training and my first couple of games, because those were great, and I learned from all those experiences. And being stuck here in this quarantine, I got a lot of perspective on who I think I am as a player, what I can bring to this organization, and how I fit in with this team and how we're going to win this division. And watching the guys play, it makes me want to be out there grinding with them and all those doubleheader games. So I'm just going to do my best to come back and really slow things down. Just the way I can see our team performing. I'm going to be right back in there supporting everybody and doing my job for the next guy behind me.
And how about the fact that the team went 4-4? Now, normally a 4-4 record is not outstanding, but if you consider the 10 players with COVID-19 and 3 doubleheaders in 5 days and not playing a game in 17 days, a 4-4 record, Paul, is pretty good stuff by your club.
Oh, absolutely. They had chances to win a couple of other games in there. So, a couple bad pitches here and there, and we would have been 6-4. So, really, I'm happy with the way the guys came out fighting right away, and really a team effort. Everyone's playing, especially with all these games. So, I think now more than ever, it's really just about the situation, about the team, and the individuals kind of taken out of it, just because, we're what we've gone through. It doesn't warrant, regular season expectations. So for us, winning is really the only thing.
You play for one of the great people persons in Major League Baseball, in Mike Shildt. I'm curious about the contact he had with you. I mean, he's trying to manage a team and maneuver a club in chaotic times, but what about keeping in touch with Paul DeJong?
Yeah, Shilty, he reached out pretty much every day to me, just wanted to see how I was doing. checking in on me, just making sure I was okay, kind of checking his boxes. So I think everyone handled this as best as we could. Unfortunate that we lost so many guys, but that's behind us now. We're all coming back. Guys are getting back going. Even guys like Helsley and Lane Thomas won't be far behind. So, I think there's a lot to look forward to, and there seems to be plenty of baseball left that means a lot to this team and to the league. So, we're ready to make this final push here, and I'm excited to join the team.
I know you didn't do anything wrong to get it. It's just a virus that just happens. But I'm curious, as soon as you got the news, what that was like and where you were.
It was my birthday, actually, in Milwaukee on August 2nd. And it was kind of I had a bad feeling waking up to the text that said, "Hey, I'd like to call," or one of my trainers, "Hey, can you call me about your COVID results?" I'm like, oh, gosh. So, it is what it is. I felt bad for a couple of days, but, mild symptoms, very, very much in control the whole time. So, I'm thankful that it didn't spiral out of control and that I'm able to continue this season. So, I'm thankful for what's happened, and, everything is part of the journey. And, I try to take something out of all my experiences. And for this one, it was perspective. Watching MLB highlights, wanting to be out there, watching my team, wanting to be out there playing with them. So, when I finally return, I will have a deeper perspective on what it means to be out there wearing that uniform.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because anytime anybody goes through a difficult stretch, there's usually something that's redeeming out of it. There's usually something that you can get out of it. What's the one thing that you got out of your dilemma?
Well, watching other games, watching our team, I can see the emotional states that people go through and how it's exhibited in their game. And, a lot of that is put on by ourselves. I'm guilty of it just as much as anybody. So, really for me, it's about when I return, I want to be able to completely take my, emotional anxiety to perform out of the equation so that I can just go out there and play freely, because really that's what it's all about. And the best me will show up. So, I'm not going to try to do too much. I'm going to try to just execute the situation, whatever it is. If it's late in the game and we've got a tie game, I'm going to get on base. If there's a free RBI, I'm going to drive them in. A short inning in front of me, I'm going to try to work it at bat. So I'm really going to try to take every situation and make the most of it, as opposed to, the thinking of, I want to put up 30 home runs, 30 doubles, 30 stolen bases, 100 RBIs. Like, putting those totals puts pressure on yourself. And so with this shortened season and what's happened, all that stuff for me is completely out the window, and situational hitting and making plays for my defense, for my pitcher and my defense is really my only focus.
It sounds like you have more of an appreciation, for the gifts you've been given. I know you didn't take anything for granted, but hey, I got a good life here. I got a good job here, and I'm just going to enjoy it.
Absolutely. That's perfectly well said. Obviously I never take anything for granted, but having reminders always helps us to kind of see where we're at in life and where we want to go. And this is all part of forging ourselves and making ourselves better and tougher and stronger. And so, I'm just going to embrace this whole situation and, just continue on forward.
I know, Paul, the statistics show that a healthy professional athlete in his 20s is not going to die from it. But I'm wondering, was there ever any sense of anxiety? Were you ever worried?
Not so much. I felt anything too crazy symptom-wise. Obviously knowing my own health and how I take care of myself, I expected it to be a quick run. So, overall, I was pretty comfortable. Just, a couple fever nights was about all I had. And, it kind of affects everybody differently. And that's what we've seen throughout society. And so I figured I was going to be okay and told myself I was going to be okay. And here I am.
By the way, since you couldn't really leave the house or leave the apartment to do much, I'm curious, how did you occupy your time? Did you start The Sopranos again? Did you watch Breaking Bad? How did you spend your time?
I watched some older movies. My agent Burton Rocks put me on like The Great Race or Grumpy Old Men, kind of some Walter Matthau, hopscotch. Just random things like that. Worked on my recovery. I got some recovery toys like infrared sauna blanket and a sound bed, and some essential oil diffusers. So I was trying to create my own environment here. Getting some sun out on my balcony and reading, and just trying to do as much as I could. When I finally got that call to work out, it was like a burst of energy, and I've been kind of riding that for the last 4 days or so.
And so to reiterate, you have been working out for how many days, and when do you actually leave for Springfield?
I'm heading to Springfield today, actually. Gonna get some at-bats and playing some games just to get my feet under me real quick. And I've been working out 4 or 5 days now, something like that. A few days at the stadium. So, I got a little bit of a baseline, which is good, and a foundation. So, just going to head to Springfield just because I can get a lot more work in here. The team is really limited, it seems, with the schedule and availability. So, I don't want to get in anybody's way with our team right now, especially with the tight window. So, Springfield seems to be the best bet for me to get the most work in.
And also, I wanted to ask you about the Ronald McDonald House. I know that is something that's near and dear to your heart, and there's going to be an event scheduled, and you're involved in that. Can you tell our viewing audience about that?
Yeah, we're really happy to be still, working with Ronald McDonald House. I think what they do is fantastic for the community and for the families. But Colton Pareko and I believe, are doing a kind of a Blues Cardinals signed. Since it's COVID now, we can't really be there in person, but we're gonna have some signed jersey giveaways, I believe. And I've been waiting to show off my chef skills over at the house. I'm gonna have to wait until we all get cleared for that. But really enjoy every time I head over there, and they think they do such a great job. And Dr. Rocks is going to have a Ronald McDonald House cutout that will be put in the stadium. And so, I'll take a picture with that, and we'll send it over to Ronald McDonald House just to, kind of support them. And still going to try to collect some more bottle tops for them in the little houses. So a lot of little different things that I can help do with them. And, I'm very fortunate to be partners with them.
Last thing, what do you think it's going to be like for you sometime next week when you come to the plate or you're running out on the field for the first time after what you've been through?
It's going to feel like the first game. It's going to feel like opening day, and that's the way I want to feel the rest of the season. I want to feel where my feet are. I want to feel like this is my first at-bat of the year, and that kind of freeing feeling will just allow me to have the most fun and enjoy the experience with my team. And so, I can feel it already, especially with no one in the crowd. It's just going to be quiet. It's going to just be me and whatever I make of it. So, I can't wait. I'm training myself right now, preparing for my return.